In this Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can build a working guardian farm that will produce around 20,000 drops per hour, get you 30 levels in around 2.5 minutes, which will provide you with all the prismarine and XP that you could need in your Minecraft world. That being that, let's get a materials list and let's get into the build. Now that you have found your ocean monument, the first thing you're going to want to do is find the northwest corner. Now, one of the best ways to do this is just to look at prismarine bricks here. Prismarine bricks have two prongs pointing one way and one prong pointing the other. It does not matter which way you place them, they will always point the same way. And the singular prong pointing that way is always pointing to the north. So now that we know that is the north, we know that way over there is the west. So we're going to head over to the northwest corner of our monument. Now, our monument is situated out like this. It does not matter which way your monument is facing. All spawn spots in the monument are the same regardless of which way the monument is facing. Now, knowing that, you've got one of two ways to fill in all of your spawn spots, because on Bedrock Edition, Guardians spawn only on certain blocks inside of the monument. Option number one is to download a resource pack by Mad Hatter. When you put a prismarine shard on a armor stand, it shows you where all the spawn spots are on an ocean monument, which makes it relatively easy to know where you've got to fill in. But if you're playing on a device where you are unable to access this pack, then you're going to have to do this the manual way. So over here on the northwest corner of our monument, we're going to start one block out and we're going to pillar all the way up to the surface here. Then we are going to go over to diagonal. We're going to knock out our temporary blocks. And after we go over 2 blocks here, we're going to go out an additional block, and that is going to be the spawn spot of our first column. From here, we're going to go out 10 blocks this way. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then the 11th block right here is your next spawn column. From here, you can reference the image on screen, and it gives you all the details on where every spawn spot is on the monument. Now, once you know where your spawn spots are and you have them all mapped out on the surface, you need to come down and you need to fill in these columns all the way down to the bottom of the monument, just like so. Once you do that here, do that on every spawn spot. One side note to mention, the original guardians that spawn inside of the ocean monument will probably be persistent. That means they will not despawn when you go to fly away, unload the area, or whatever. So they're going to have to be dealt with. So either kill them or switch the world into peaceful and then back to your preferred difficulty. So at this point, fill in all of your spawn spots and remove all of your guardians. Now, after we have all of our guardian spawn spots filled in, it's time to move to the southeast corner, which we started at the northwest, so we're going to go to the opposite corner on this side over here. Once we're on this side over here, starting at the back side of our monument over here, we are going to go ahead and grab some glass or building blocks of your choice, and we are going to go out all the way around this first spawn spot, just like so. We are going to have our spawn spot in the back corner of our drop tubes that is going to be going down. So we're going to be using these 4 right here. So we're going to set up our first one like that. We're going to come over to this one right here. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to have it in the back corner, just like so. Back corner, back corner. We're going to come over to this side. We're going to do the same thing. We got back corner, and back corner, and we're going to do the same thing over here as well. So from our corner over here, looking at everything, all of our spawn spots are in the back corner, so guardians will fall down towards the center of our farm. From here, you can go ahead and take these all the way down to touch down on the monument. So go ahead and fill in your drop tubes all the way down. Now, with our columns going all the way down to the edge of our monument, what we're going to do is go ahead and find the center block of all of these. So we're going to come out in diagonals all the way from one to the other here, just like so, till we find our middle spot. And once you have the coordinates for your middle spot, you're going to go all the way down to Y35. So going straight down to here, all the way down to Y35. And we're going to throw down a temporary block right here to reference where we're at. From here, we need to clear out everything around here so that we can see our spawn spots. Now from here, once you've got all that cleared out all the way around this, we're going to go ahead and extend our drop tubes down to the current floor. Now, once you've got your drop tubes extended all the way down to that point, we're going to go ahead and grab a building block of choice. We're going to come on the outside of our drop tubes here, and we're going to fill in all the way around the edge. Make sure that you fill in your drop tubes all the way. And once we have one ring all the way around this is totally up to you at this point in time. You can decide how much of an area you want to do. We're going to go ahead and put 2 layers on top of all of this. Then from here, we're going to come across and we're going to fill in a roof all the way across around all of our drop tubes now. Once we have our roof in place, we're going to come here in the center, knock out 2 blocks, get up in the inside of here, add in some lights if you wish. From here, we're going to come back over to this side. We're going to fill in there, fill in here, here and here. We're going to knock these out and we're going to put a couple of buttons right here. And we'll go ahead and knock these out and knock that back out. And now we have a spot where we can get air and we can come in and out of here for now. And now we need to drain this room right here. Once you have this room drained, go ahead and dig the rest of all this down to Y level 35. And now that you've got your room all the way down to 35, you should have something that looks about like so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the side and we're going to go down all the way to level 25. We're going to leave our floor in at level 35, but underneath of that, we need to clear all of this out down to level 25. The reason being is we need a room for killing the guardians, collecting the XP, and collecting the drops. And all of that is going to happen on these layers down here. Once you have this dug all the way out to Y25, we're going to come back up, and at Y30, we're going to put in another floor just like so. So we're going to have a floor at Y25, we're going to have one at Y30, and then we are going to have one at Y35. And once that is done, your 3 floors are now in place. From here, we're going to go ahead and grab some regular pistons. We're going to come off of our ladder here and down to the center of our room. And we're going to break out these 2 blocks right here. And we're going to put 2 pistons in right there. We're going to skip 1 block. We're going to break out these and we're going to put in 2 pistons right there. We're going to come back here to the back side of the room. We're going to come 1 block off the wall, put 2 pistons right there, break out, and 2 pistons right there. So you should have a room that looks just like so. From here, we're going to come back over here and we're going to knock out a 3x2 right here. So we're going to knock out all those blocks right there. From here, we're going to grab a slab. We're going to place a slab there, there, and there. And then we're going to remove that one right there. From here, we're going to go ahead and grab some glass. Our glass is going to go there and there. This glass will continue all the way up to our drop tube in time. From here, we're going to come back down underneath of here. We're going to go down 2 blocks just like so. Remove that block. Then we're going to fill in all the way this side. We're going to fill in all the way this side. And then we're going to fill in all the way across the back just like so. So when we come back up to the top, this is what we see. Piston, slab, glass, and a trench. From here, we're going to place in 2 end rods right there. The end rods are highly recommended. They stop the guardians from bouncing back and keep them going towards the trident killers. You can build this without them, but it is going to be slower without them. So from here, we're going to go ahead and knock these 4 blocks back out, and we're going to count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. From here, we're going to put a bucket of water there, and we're going to put a bucket of water there. And as you can see, our water flows all the way up through the end rods and all the way to the edge up there. This has to be 8 blocks back. This allows the guardians to go underneath the glass, allows the XP to escape and be delivered to the player. This has to be 8 blocks back, no exception. So once we have that in there, we can go ahead and fill in all above these, all the way up to our end rods, and this is now in place. From here, we're going to do the same thing on this side over here. So now that we have 2 of these in place, now we're going to do the same thing over here and over here. And just like that, all of that is now in place. From here, we're going to go ahead and put in our clocks that are going to power our trident killer pistons. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to this level here. We're going to put in a solid block right there. We're going to grab a redstone torch. We're going to put a redstone torch there, there, and there. From here, we're going to grab a slab. We're going to place out 2 slabs like so. We're going to break this one right here, and we're going to put a piece of redstone dust right there. We're going to come over here to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to place in a solid block right there. 1, 2, and 3 torches just like so. Slab, slab, break, and redstone dust on top of that. From here, we're going to go back up to the top layer. We're going to break out the block going towards the center, and we're going to place in a repeater right there. As you can see, these pistons are now on a clock. From here, we go over to the other side. We break that block, and we put that, and now these are on a clock as well. From here, you can go ahead and grab a lever. We'll put a lever right there. Shut that side off. Come over here, put a lever there, and shut that side off. Now to our next step. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and work on our XP collection system and pushing of items to their collection system. One thing you need to make sure of is that you also filled in these all the way up to the slabs on both sides, just like so. From here, we're going to start off of our center block here. We're going to place down a piece of glass or building block of your choice. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go ahead and break that out. That'll be block number 7. And we're going to go ahead and break that out. That'll be block number 8, because we're going to be putting a water stream in here to move everything forward. From here, we're going to go ahead and fill up the back wall here with solid blocks. Then we're going to grab our glass. We're going to put glass there, 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 and there. From here, we're going to grab solid blocks. We're going to close all of this in around that trench. We're going to crouch under that slab, come back in here to put a button right there. We're going to grab our water bucket. We're going to put a water source in there. We're going to fill all of that back in, and then we're going to put a button right there. From here, we're going to grab our water buckets, and we're going to put a water source right there and a water source right there. That way, any drops and XP that comes from the Guardians will end up in the water, come down here, and continue to move forward. From here, come back out here, continue our trench all the way forward until the water comes up right to the edge here. Once you've done that on this side, it's time to reverse it and do the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be 7. That's going to be 8 right there. Go ahead and fill in our back wall right here. Go ahead and grab our glass. 2 by 2 right there, right there. Solid building blocks all the way across just like so. Go ahead and pull our glass all the way out just like so. Come back in here, put a button right there. Get our water bucket, put a water bucket right there. Fill all that back in just like so. Button there, water bucket there, and a water bucket there. Now all the XP and drops are going to end up coming right here. Next step. Now that we're done with this, let's go down to the bottom and we're going to go ahead and put in our collection system. From here, we're going to place down 2 hoppers, just like so. We're going to grab some temporary building blocks. We're going to put a couple of blocks going this way, a couple of blocks going this way. We're going to put a hopper going that way and a hopper going that way. From here, we're going to grab a fence. We're going to put a fence right in the middle. Put a rail there, hopper minecart right there. Nudge that thing forward. Take out the rail. Another hopper minecart there. Nudge it forward. Take out the rail. Remove our temporary blocks and go ahead and grab our chests. We're going to throw a chest here. We're going to throw a chest underneath of here. And we're going to throw a chest underneath of here. This is rudimentary primitive storage. You can set whatever storage system you want up on this thing. I'm just showing you how you can collect all the drops from this thing. What you do with it from here, that's all up to you. But this will collect all the drops. From here, we're going to come back over here and we're going to knock out these blocks right here temporarily. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab some magma and we're going to break this block right here. We're going to put a magma block there and a magma block there. Reason being, if by for some reason the Guardians happen to get knocked out past the end rod by them sitting on the magma, it will kill them. And if you do not have the end rods, well, this will stop them from trying to swim up and getting out of the way. So once you've put that in, you can go ahead and cover this back up and do that on all other sides. So come over here, put magma right there, magma right there. Go ahead and fill that back in. Do that on this side over here. Magma there, magma there. Close that back up. Magma there, magma there. Then close that back up. Then from here, we're going to go ahead and come back up top and we're going to go ahead and drain our drop tubes. Once you have all those drained, we're going to come all the way back down here to the bottom.
we're going to go ahead and knock out this floor here. And we're going to continue our glass tubes all the way down to the floor. So from here, once you've got all your drop tubes all the way extended down, we're going to go back inside of here. And as you can see, we have 2 blocks here and 2 air gaps here. Where we have the 2 blocks, we're going to go ahead and fill this all the way up with glass, all the way up to the very top, because we only want our guardians to fall down these 2 spots here and land in the water. Now, these temporary blocks you put in here, you can leave those. You can replace those with glass, solid blocks, whatever you want to. But go ahead and either leave that there, fill these all the way in up to the top, and leave these 2 chutes right here open. So come over here to this side. These 2 blocks right here, go ahead and fill that all the way up to the top. Once you're done on that, close that up. Come back over here, this side here, 2 blocks, fill that all the way up to the top, close that up. Over to this side, these 2 blocks right here, fill that all the way over to the top. After you got that in, go ahead and grab you a trapdoor. We're going to put a trapdoor there and there. That way, this will be where our tridents are going to go. Do the same thing on this side. Over here, same thing over here. Over here, same thing over here. From here, we're going to head back up to the top. Once we're back up top here, what we're going to do is we're going to come to our filler blocks, our guardian spawn spot blocks, whatever you want to call them, and we're going to knock out 3 of these. So you got 1, 2, and 3. The third one down, we're going to replace that with a sea lantern. Highly, highly, highly recommend this to be a sea lantern because you do not want drown to spawn and end up down at the bottom. Highly recommend a sea lantern for this. If you use another block and you get drowned down there, it's going to affect the guardian farm. Use a sea lantern. From here, we're going to go ahead and grab a button. We're going to put a button opposite right here. We're going to go ahead and knock out this block right back here. We're going to put in a leaf block back there, and then we are going to waterlog that just like so. So we got flowing water going forward. Our guardians are going to fall down into the tube right there. So once again, over here, knock out 3, 1, 2, and 3. Sea lantern, turn around, button, knock that out, leaf block, water. Over here, 1, 2, and 3. Sea lantern, button, leaf block, water. To the last one, 1, 2, and 3. Sea lantern, button, leaf block, water. From here, grab our glass and cover up the top. And go ahead and remove those. This farm is more or less operational. So we're going to go head back down here to the bottom. So from here, we're going to go ahead and grab up our tridents. All of them have impaling 5 on them. We're going to go ahead and grab up our looting sword. As you can hear, we've already got guardians down here. So we're going to knock these trapdoors back right there. We're going to throw a trident right there. Trident right there. Close that. Open these. Trident right there. Trident right there. Close those. Come over to this side. Trident there. Trident there. Close those. Open this side. Trident there. And a trident there. Close those. Go over here and turn this one on. And turn this one on. Grab our looting sword. And sit here and benefit. As you can see, all of our drops are coming down. They're going to end up getting picked up by our hopper minecarts under the block. And the XP is flowing to us. Because we have thrown the tridents and we are holding a looting 3 sword, we are going to be getting the looting effect from this. And as you can see, we are already at 15 levels and it's only been a matter of seconds. But as you can see, this setup is far better than the ones we've used in the past. And if we were to come down here, you can see all of the XP is getting collected up. All the items are getting collected up there. So if we come all the way down here to the bottom, all the items are sorting into these chests right here. We come back up here to the top. Guardians are spawning, falling in, and getting hit by the tridents and the trident killers. Now, on a rare occasion, you'll have a situation where the tridents will fall through the blocks. Happens on relog sometimes, happens on server restart sometimes. It's pretty random on when it happens. It's not always a guaranteed. But when that happens, typically, you'll be able to walk over here just like so. Come down here, crouch down, and pick back up your tridents and throw them back into place. If by chance you are not able to reach them in that position, you can come all the way down here to this level right here. Come up through here, crouch down, get up in here, and your tridents will be down in here. So you can get all the way up in here to pick up your lost tridents as well. But with this trident killer design, you don't have to worry about the guardians escaping out like you do with the classic trident killer design. And you collect up all the XP and all the drops.
That covering everything, though, I think that's where we're going to call this one a tutorial. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like down below. If you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. And on that note, we'll catch all of you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.